Hi. Hello. I briefly spoiled one of the questions. You saw nothing. You saw nothing. Hi. Welcome. Hi, Ellie. Hi, Nico. Hi, Arrow. Hi, Jester. Welcome. It's so good to see you all. I hope you're all doing very well tonight. I hope your weekend has been very nice. How do I type with boxing gloves on? What? Oh, is that like a reference to I've been waiting for this? Was that a Persona reference? I got you. I got you. I liked your reference. It was good. Yes, so today we have a very special stream. I loved it. I used, yes, I have, well, I do it very carefully. I make many mistakes. It happens. You know how it is. Oh, and thank you for the sub, by the way, Ellie. Thank you for the 6 months. Wow, that's so much. You've been here since the beginning, since day one. I'm so glad you made it today. Ellie and I have been scheming about this VTuber stuff since day one. Wait, that's a whole... Oh, I thought it was like... Because Akihiko, like, uses boxing gloves, doesn't he? Or, like, he punches things, at least. Thank you, Tuskbird. Hi, it's good to see you. I don't... I can't... Yeah, I have a little bit of knowledge of Homestar. He does punch, yeah. Yeah. Oh man, you guys. Well, yes, I have a set of questions that I am going to answer today. As of right now, I have 17 questions to answer. It's cool. Isn't it cool game for attractive people? Thank you. Okay, so I have 17 questions I can answer, but if you want to get a last one in on for the last minute, you can just go ahead and click on that link if you want to get any, and I'll basically be willing to take questions up until I finish answering the ones that I have. So if you have a question that you want to get in, also that date that date was out of date. My internet was out. I had to postpone this. So the date is wrong, but the link still works. It's fine. Everything's normal. I definitely didn't lose my internet for almost 24 hours. I was honestly like so disappointed about that. I took it in stride, but I was like really sad that I couldn't do that on Friday. But I'm glad that I'm gonna be able to do it today, and that all of my friends showed up to support me. Yeah, those IT fairies, man. Yeah, it was fairies. It's fairies. I live in the fairy realm. Pixies, you know. That's another word I guess you could use. Yeah, they were literally that one. They were literally just the fairies were literally just that one picture of the guy standing in front of the rack full of switches, having no idea what he's doing. It was literally that image. You know the one? You know what I'm talking about? That's what the IT fairies looked like. But we got it fixed, so it's good. So I think I'm gonna start in about 5 or so minutes, just to let some more people come in and get settled. You can go and take a bathroom break, grab a snack if you want. We'll probably be here for... I got second monitor privileges. Oh, Ellie, you flatter me. Thank you. Being second monitor content is definitely a privilege, an honor and a privilege. So many people like to put up streams as background noise, and I'm honored to be your background noise, if that's the case. You have to see all of me. Of course, I understand. Am I flirting? Well, maybe. Maybe not. Hey, you're the one who's putting me... You're the one who's dedicating a whole monitor to me. You started this. You started it. Plugging in a whole monitor just for me, huh? That's a little sus. Oh, you want to see my shoes? We can do that. Here. There you go. Looks a little weird cuz like I'm floating now, but you want the feet? You got the feet. You get my feet. And I can do a little dancey dance, you know? Man, literally the first time I loaded up my model and I saw that this was there, I literally like audibly gasped. I was not thinking it would be like that, but Cocoa just went that extra mile for me. Yeah, I definitely clop, clop, clop as I walk, for sure. Cocoa literally saved my life. Her being willing to do that for me, I probably debuted it like weeks or possibly months sooner because she was willing to do that for me. Cloppy, cloppy, cloppy. Oh, he skips around? Yeah, well, I mean, I might trip on a rock or something if I skip around. I gotta be a little careful with my steps. Sometimes I wear slip-on Vans, though, if I don't feel like wearing heels, which is sometimes. Usually when I take trips out to the Earthen Realm, I wear, like, plain old sneakers, which I have a few of. I think they're all Vans. Oh, no, I have a pair of Converses, too. Yeah. Hi, Gravity. Welcome. Good to see you. We're starting in just a few minutes here. I will just, if you're just coming in, I will just post that link again. Feel free to send in any questions last minute if you'd like. I'm not really going to close it. I'm just going to, you know, if any other come in before I finish off the ones that I have, I will simply do that. E? Didn't the Markiplier said that, right? E? You know that one image? 21. Oof. Well, glad to have you either way. E, Markiplier. Yeah, that classic quote from our buddy Mark. Okay, how about we start? Okay, so I have these in random order. You can actually set up the slideshow so that it just does like it does them in a random order. So first one we're gonna start, I believe, is just gonna be, I don't know what it's gonna be. Boing. Here we are, the first question. So, what inspired your VTuber persona? So, I'll get going in just a moment. It's fine. the the nerves are starting to kick in. I was feeling just fine a second ago. Now I'm suddenly realizing I have to talk about myself. It'll be fine. Versus a sane one. Are you saying that there's insane ones? There's a couple pretty funny ones, honestly. Nothing too crazy. Okay, so what inspired my VTuber persona? Basically, I mean, the jokey way of saying it is I made an OC and then I decided to become the OC. But no, actually, I've had various forms of this character floating around for quite a long time before VTubing was even a thing. And when I decided I wanted to get into VTubering, can you kin your own characters? Yes, absolutely. 100%. If you don't kin your own characters a little bit, then, you know, at least a little bit, then maybe you should make a change. Yeah, I've had this. I've kind of had versions of this character floating around. In fact, there's actually been previous designs of it. You might have seen, if you've known me for a while, you may have seen I used to have an icon around everywhere that was like a blonde haired character. Yeah, that was me. I changed my look. That was by a different artist. It wasn't by Non. It was years and years ago. It was like, I guess 2017, 2018. And yeah, I kind of built a general lore around that. And you know, I've always kind of had a little bit of, I mean, I kind of toned it down in recent years until I started VTubing, and then it went right back to 11. But I kind of was, oh no, the secret comes out. No, I was actually dyeing it blonde. This is my natural color. I just went back to my natural color. That's canon. I just decided. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, I've kind of had that lore spinning around for many years now, and you know, making it, you know, when I knew I wanted to be a VTuber, but at first I didn't really know what kind of VTuber I would be. But I decided in the end to just kind of like, I had ideas for like entirely new things I could do, but I think I decided in the end to just kind of go with what I know and what's comfortable and familiar to me, and that have a lot to draw from already, because I thought it fit in really nicely with being a VTuber. Everyone loves having some lore and character background with a VTuber. It's always fun. It kind of was that. Oh yeah, I was saying, because like I always used to like be very I mean, I always have been very, you know, I've always felt very connected to nature and the like, so that's always kind of been a part of my quote unquote persona. And if you've followed me on Twitter for a long time, you probably have seen that. If you knew me, especially in like 2017, 2018, you probably knew that. But yeah, I guess I mean, it was always genuine. I wasn't ever like trying to be someone I'm not. To an extent, I'm not really playing a character, even though I am. But yeah, it all just kind of fit. It was kind of like the piece I was missing, if that makes any sense. I felt like it all really fit, and I wanted to stream too, so that kind of fit in very well. So I hope that is a good answer. So the next one. Boing, I get the cool transitions. Do you have any games you want to stream that you haven't mentioned before? Any plans for the future? My wrestler Sona, it's gonna happen. 2.0, Hazel 2.0, the wrestler. No, yeah, games I want to stream. I actually have a list in like a notes app on my phone of about 30 or 40 different games that I would like to eventually stream. And they range from like shorter indie type games to like longer, more involved, like RPGs and stuff. And a lot of them are like on Switch or like on other consoles. And I don't currently own a capture card. I'm planning on changing that very soon, like probably as soon as this week. There is a sale going on, so I'm probably gonna jump on that because I don't know when the next one's gonna come. So that will open up a lot of my games for me. As far as games that I think I might want to play, Lucha Mask. Oh man, I should just get a Lucha Mask design made. It would be like purple with gold accents, just like my outfit. Yeah, but as far as like like, you know, near future, Lady as far as like in the near future, it would be like the Atelier series is one that I'm really into, and I was actually playing Atelier Aisha on my Switch yesterday or 2 days ago when I didn't have any internet. I was kind of like, oh, I actually really like this game. I might want to actually stream this. Atelier is a really cool series. There's so many games in it, but there is kind of a chronology, and the Dusk chronology, as it's called, which starts with Aisha, is probably where I was planning on starting with, because there's 2 games after that. And then I think after that, it turns into the recent ones, which are Ryza 2, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, there's a lot to draw from that series. So I definitely want to play that soon. In fact, I'm actually like, yeah, they're really cool, and the art style is really great in the recent ones. And yeah, there's not really, it's more of an anthology, I guess you could say. Whereas there's different series, but there's not really an overarching anything. Sometimes there's references, I think, but that's about it. But yeah, I was probably gonna start with Aisha, and then after that, there's what? I forget what the other ones are, but the Dusk trilogy, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's right, the recurring character. That's right. But yeah, that series is actually doing really well right now. It's got really it gained a lot of popularity with the recent Ryza games. So I think there's going to be a lot of good support for that series in the future. So I think it would be a good one to invest in. Yeah, I think I've talked to you about Atelier before, Ellie. I think I was first playing that one when I talked to you about it. I think it would be good as like a long stream game that takes a long time to finish. Oh yeah, that one is actually that one actually comes after Aisha. That's the second one in that trilogy. And I really love the art style of that particular one, that Hidari, the artist who did Fire Emblem Echoes and a bunch of other stuff. Really great artist. Does great designs. Yeah. Yeah, all of there's a good remasters on like recent consoles for a lot of the newer ones, so that's good. I have Aisha on my Switch now, and I think I can get the rest of them on Switch as well. Yeah, Hidari is great. I think you told me about that, Dustbird. Yeah. Oh, I don't. Those ones are on PS3, aren't they? Yeah, I don't have it. Or I do have a PS3. I don't have a controller for it. I'm gonna have to buy a controller. Manakimia, and then Meruru. Yeah, I'm open to those two. I really love the art style of those two. Yeah, I'm open to that. But other than that, what's some recent ones I've been thinking of? I was thinking of maybe doing Undertale and Deltarune, just to kind of refresh my memory of that. I've played them, but not recently, so I think it might be cool to refresh my memory on that. Yeah. I will at least try to stream as many as I can. So even if you can't play them, you can still come hang out and enjoy them with me. So yeah, there's Atelier, there's Undertale Deltarune. I'm about to finish up like 2 games this week, so I'm gonna have to figure something out. Maybe I'll just start Atelier Aisha once I get my capture card situation going. Yeah, I still have all the Yakuzas. I'm pretty much committed to Yakuza at this point. I'm gonna just keep playing through that series. That's just gonna be a permanent fixture from now on. And then maybe another one will be Atelier, and then we'll just do random shorter games throughout the week as well. And, you know, we'll do special event streams like this and such. And it'll be a great time. So I hope that was a good answer. Many, many things planned. Many, many games planned. I hope you enjoy them. Boom. Who's your main inspiration for writing and poetry? Oh, that's a good one. So when it comes to poetry... Well, actually, let me change my answer. I have been told quite a bit in the past that my writing and poetry reminds people of like Ghibli films. They feel like they've always said that like the things that I write kind of have that benevolent vibe that a lot of you kind of see in a lot of Ghibli stuff. Do you know what I mean? And I didn't think of that at first, but once I thought about it, I was kind of like, yeah, that's like pretty foundational for me. A lot of things like in that style are very foundational for me. Another one that I consider honestly, the video game that I was like, I know we're talking about writing, but if we're talking about like what was the foundations of my creativity now. Thank you. Yeah, I've been told that a lot, and I do love Ghibli. Ghibli. But another good example of like a foundational work for me is Wind Waker, Zelda. Legend of Zelda, the Wind Waker. And that also kind of has like not quite Ghibli, but cartoonish vibe, and also, you know, very bright and colorful, and has, you know, a lot of heart and a lot of just a lot of that heartfelt story and kind of, you know, benevolence, I guess, is the word that often comes out when people describe this to me. Those things are really foundational to me, and I think that is sort of where that's sort of like my reference point for everything that I make now. And, you know, all of those things often have a very, you know, nature-ish vibe and, you know, pro nature vibe, I guess, anti things that are bad for nature vibe. So yeah, I think those are the 2 main things. Those are kind of my launching points. And if you want to talk about like which Ghiblis I do love the most, that would have to be number 1 is definitely Howl's Moving Castle. That's my number 1. It's always going to be, always has been. What else other than that? Oh. Man, that's a tough question. I started talking about Ghibli movies. That's like a whole other discussion. It really is, and also, and I do also really love the book of that, although it is quite a bit different. I do love it a lot. I think they're both good. I think they both stand on their own. They have kind of different messages, I would say, but I think they both elicit a certain vibe that really appeals to me. Just a moment, I'm adding more questions to the folder. Ooh, where's my... What? How do I do anything? Where's anything? Okay. Be good. So yeah, Ghibli and Zelda the Wind Waker. Those are my inspirations. I hope you like that answer. Next up, Best book author. Oh wow, that that kind of ties in with what I was talking about before, doesn't it? I have to admit I don't read books as much as I would say I like to. I feel like I probably could do more of that than you might think I usually do, but I have read many of the books by Diana Wynne Jones, who wrote the original novel of Howl's Moving Castle. Howl's Moving Castle. And there's also 2 more books in that series after that, which are House of Many Ways and then Castle in the Air. Or I might have switched those around. It's Castle in the Air and then House of Many Ways. So it's actually a 3-book series. They focus on different characters though, although Sophie and Howl do appear later on. I was actually reading Castle in the Air pretty recently on my ebook. That was again when I was bored, when I had no internet. I do a lot of watching YouTube videos and stuff and watching streams. That's kind of what I often do in my leisure time, but I want to maybe try to, you know, replace some of that with like reading or just, you know, more relaxing activities, because a lot of that is very in your face sometimes, you know. So that's kind of how it is. I'm trying to think of any other books I might have liked. I used to audiobooks would probably be a good way for me to do that. I think that would be a good option. Then you could at least, you know, have it as background noise if you want. That would probably be, I'd be open to trying that for sure. Light novels, I see. Yeah. I ended up in a portal. I ended up opening a portal to the magical forest, and now I don't know how to get out. That's the whole title. that's my light novel title. But yeah, I really like the works of Diana Wynne Jones. She wrote a whole bunch of stuff other than the Howl series. Podcasts are good. I do listen to podcasts very often. Always dig a good podcast. Okay, next up. How do I change? Zoom. I got hit by the isekai trick, but now I'm my own VTuber. Oh no. Oh no. Reborn as God's strongest warrior. God is a blessing. Often I'm really just a very poor body. Oh no. No, it does not. Excuse me. Oh, it does not. What inspired you to become a VTuber anyway? Okay, so that's a good question, actually. I would say that VTubing was kind of like, it was kind of like a thing that, it was kind of like the piece of the puzzle that was missing between a lot of different things that I wanted to do but never really found a good way to do. Like, for example, I've wanted to stream for like a long time, for like years, and I never really found a good way to do it. I never really found a way that was like, that made it like compelling enough to watch. And because like I did actually once upon a time try face cam streaming, and I just wasn't into it, honestly. It was just kind of not really my vibe, and I felt really self-conscious and I was not comfortable. And I was more comfortable when I just went mic only. I did kind of abandon that plan early on and went mic only, and I did feel more comfortable on the mic when I did that, but it still just felt like there was something missing. I feel like it's pretty hard these days to be like a mic only streamer, mic only, game feed only streamer. Unless you're like Vinny Vinesauce or something, I feel like it's really hard to get away with that these days. Unfortunately, that's just kind of how the trends in content creation have gone. But then, you know, of course, VTubing got pretty big in the last couple of years. and I found out about it and I got into it, and then I realized, oh, I actually want to do this. Excuse me. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. Just a voice on the internet. Yeah. Sometimes I just wanted to do something to kind of stand out and make myself unique, and I thought VTubing was a really good way to do that, because you can pretty much be whatever you want, and it really does help. Like, I honestly do feel a lot more comfortable and more confident speaking through like a VTuber than I would be like doing mic only or doing like a cam type situation. I've just never really felt like, I don't know, I don't mind like having people see me so much, but it's way too much on the back of my mind. When I'm just using a VTuber model, I don't really have to worry about anything. The software takes care of everything for me. So yeah, it was kind of like, I also like, a moment, sorry. Yeah, I also think I had like I kind of enjoyed what it represents as well. Like, I feel like, obviously there is a community around VTubers, and I have indeed met a lot of really great people through VTubing. I've made a lot of really good friends through that, and overall it has been a positive experience for me to interact with the community. But mostly for me, it was not so much about the community building aspects, at least in the beginning. Obviously, I want to build a community. I want to have people come and hang out with me, and I want people to enjoy it. Having my own community is one thing, but like joining a larger community was, I suppose, not really my goal at the beginning, because I wanted to it was more about what VTubing represents. I feel like I once read an article that was where they interviewed a bunch of VTubers, and one of them said it's basically about, I think one of them said, or the article said, it's basically about putting forward your best self when it comes to VTubing. And that really resonated with me, because I was like, if there's something holding me back from putting forward my best self, then I want to make it so I feel confident and happy with that. And I feel like VTubing was really that for me. I feel like there was a lot of oh, this is a new paradigm, basically. That was kind of my thought about it. I don't think VTubing is going anywhere. I don't think it's a passing trend. I think it's a game changer. I think a lot of people are gonna become attracted to this idea of being a content creator without having to have the front facing aspect of it, and have some sort of, well, for a lot of people it's anonymity. I'm not really anonymous myself, but for a lot of people that's an important thing. I'm not really worried about somebody recognizing me by voice or something. That's not really an issue for me personally, but certainly a lot of VTubers would rather not be recognized, especially bigger ones. But yeah, for me, it was it's kind of when you're able to speak through something that you feel really good about, and you feel that reflects the best parts of you, I think that's a really special thing. And that's essentially what attracted me to the VTuber community, and doing VTubing myself. And then also, I always wanted to stream. I always enjoyed playing games for a stream or a video. I actually used to do YouTube videos. If you've known me long enough, you would know that part of my lore. I used to do let's play videos on YouTube 10 years ago, literally. And that was also mic only. Back in the day, you could get away with that. And I didn't really, I didn't reach any huge heights with that, but I still had a good time doing it, and I really enjoyed the feedback I got from people in the community. Hazel Let's Plays. Yeah, now I do it live on stream for you. Time is a flat circle. But yeah, I suppose it's very sentimental, but also it was a lot of things that kind of came together for me that was like, this is what makes sense for me. And like what I said before, like I don't think VTubing is going anywhere. I don't think this is a fad. I think this is a new paradigm in content creation. I think a lot of people are going to be like attracted to this idea, and you're probably going to see more people debuting their own models. I personally know of several streamers who did not have a VTuber model who ended up getting one, and it's always really cool, and they always seem really happy with it. So I think it's a really positive, good thing for like the vast majority of it. Most Let's Plays are mic only. That's true. Yeah, I guess YouTube is a little different. Here on Twitch, there's so much like live live one-to-one connection between you and the viewers. So I guess people prefer to have a face they can see, even if it's an anime face. People just want that in-person feeling of, it's virtual, but kind of that face-to-face feeling of talking to someone, and they could see your message and respond to you and stuff like that. That applies to streaming in general, but I think that was kind of what the missing piece of the puzzle for me, and VTubing really solved that. So that was what attracted me to it. A VTuber, I'm open to doing something like that. I've actually thought about like what could I do as far as like YouTube, because I've kind of floundered on YouTube. I'm not really doing very much on it. I'm open to just like getting on and playing a game, and then people can watch it, and I'd have my model on, of course. It could be done. I could be the first VTuber Let's Player. Probably not the first. Maybe somebody else has done it. I would be open to VTubing offline if I were to do that. Possible plans for the future. You never know what's gonna happen. Okay, let me get a drink. I've been talking for so long. Ugh. Okay, next question. Who's a big inspiration to you? Okay, good question. So I suppose we'll talk like just in terms of like VTubing and streaming. I would say that my very good friend Alicia, who's in the chat right now, I think she's still here, is a really big inspiration to me for my VTubing career. I probably wouldn't. Hi Ellie. She's here. Oh, I'm sorry. It's true though. You really did. It was like when you were I watched you, working on starting your VTuber stuff, and I was like, that was the moment for me. Like before that, I kind of thought about it, and I was like, I don't know, maybe it's too complicated or expensive or whatever. But then I saw you starting to do your thing, and I was like, oh wow, this is actually like feasible for me. Oh, you're really good at it. I model a lot of what I do after you. You have what it takes. I love you too. Yeah. God, imagine if Ellie came to all of my streams. It would literally just be like this all the time. Oh, thank you. We inspire each other. How about that? I'm willing to concede that. We're both good at this. I think you're really good at this, and I think you have a really kind of your energy really works for the whole streaming thing. I think you're really welcoming and make an effort to recognize people and stuff. And it's just that little extra something that really inspires me, and I think I probably do that in my own way because you do it. Yeah, so yeah, go follow Ellie. I know she hasn't streamed in a while, but I know she wants to come back, and I know she's working on coming back, and I'm hopeful that I can do something with her soon as a Yeah, we got plans. Me and her have plans. I don't want to talk too much about that, but we do have plans. We're gonna be doing some stuff. No, it's okay. Spam to your heart's content. You're a mod. You're allowed. I'm giving you permission. You can use your executive privilege. Yes, plans. Give Ellie a follow so that you won't miss it when she unleashes her amazing plans. Yay. Yeah, the redacted cloud. That's what I was thinking of. I was like, I didn't want to like talk about that, but it's gonna happen. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it. There's gonna be an epic collab at some point. I'm excited about that. Oh my goodness. Yeah, if that gives you a hint. It will be chaotic. I think one thing is certain. It will be very chaotic. There's a lot of chaotic energies going on. I think I'm probably going to be the most muted and not chaotic of all of us. Yeah. Oh no. Man, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I know we're talking about it in code because we're not really at liberty to talk about it in full, but it will be happening. We want to make it happen for sure. It's not Among Us, but we want to do Among Us. Yeah, we were talking about that. I'd be open to getting a big game going on. I think that would be really fun. Among Us is best when you have a lot of people, I feel like. And I think we can probably get the amount of people that would work for it. It's not Fall Guys. I guess the game is not really a secret. It's more about the people that are going to be involved. But don't bother guessing, because I'm not going to tell you even if you guess right. You can say the game if you want. I don't mind. It's Fork Knife. Yeah, it's Fortnite. We're going to be playing Fortnite. It's going to be a 4-player Fortnite with me, Ellie, and 2 people who have yet to be revealed. We will be dropping. I've never actually, I mean, that's not true. I have played a little bit of Fortnite on my Switch. It was very laggy. I died immediately. Hazel 2 and Hazel 3. Oh man. I can't just use fairy magic at will. It doesn't work that way. I have to put it through the council. So you'd like that, wouldn't you? Let's get a skeb of that going. You surrounded by 3 of me. Let's make it happen. Hazel sandwich. Oh no. You're about to be a hazel sandwich, Ellie. Oh wait, wouldn't it be an Ellie sandwich? Because Ellie's in the middle. Anyway, never mind. It doesn't matter. Oh dearie me. Okay, let's get off this question before I get myself in trouble. Hi, Nico. Okay, next question. As a denizen of the forest, do you have any special responsibility? Also, do you live in a tree? Fantastic question. I get to talk about lore. Finally. Thank you for the question. So, As for my special response, I guess this kind of ties into like what exactly does forest maiden mean? I always call myself a forest maiden. What exactly does that mean? So, basically my main responsibilities are like maintaining the forest and making it keeping it pretty and stuff. So, it's a lot of like clearing branches and stuff and you know, raking leaves in the fall. That's always fun. And keeping everything nice during the winter and preparing for the spring when all the flowers bloom, of course. And that's kind of the primary thing. I guess it's like maintenance. It's not very glamorous to say it like that, but it's basically like that. I have to keep everything nice and pretty. It doesn't just do it itself. And then also technically, because of the fact that the portal from the earthen realm into the forest is not like accessible by anyone, I have to invite you in myself because like that's just what the fairies decided at one point. People can't just come in anymore. We closed it off. Reverse vampire. And yeah, so officially the duty includes like being the first point of contact for anyone coming into the forest, the magical forest, the fairy realm. And obviously if I'm inviting you in, you are the first point of contact, but if anyone were to, by some strange accident or magical fluctuation, was able to get in, then I would be the first point of contact. Really? I love Toho. Toho's so cool. But yeah, like if I'm the first point of contact in sort of the accommodations when and if you ever come here. As for whether I live in a tree, no, technically not. I do live in what's basically it's kind of like a more souped up cabin, I suppose. It is made of wood, so technically I live within trees, I guess you could say. Thank you. But yes, it's like a big cabin. I'm not a tree myself. That's shameless. That's my friend Shay. She's a tree. I'm actually just a human. I know that might be disappointing, but I'm not actually like an elf or a fairy. I'm actually just a human. I was born. I have parents. Are you and Shay neighbors? She's kind of from a different neck of the woods, but we visit every now and then. There's not too many dryads around here. Different forest, same part of the fairy realm, I guess you could say. But yeah, I live in a house that's kind of like cabin-like. It's kind of like a larger cabin that's a little bit more spruced up a little bit, I guess you could say. And I've done some painting work on it. It does actually have like a purple and gold color scheme similar to my outfit. I bet you can tell what colors I really like. Maybe one day I'll get to show it to you all. Maybe I'll be able to get some art commissioned of it, because due to the magic in the fairy realm, I'm not actually able to like take pictures of anything, unfortunately. I have to just do like facsimiles and put images in the background and to kind of give you an idea of what it might look like. But maybe one day I'll be able to get yeah. I always look immaculate, but hardly anyone ever sees it. So sad. Thank God I'm a VTuber now and I can, people can see me. What if it was purple and gold? Yep. I'm that one Eric Andre show skit. I just say, what if it was purple? And then I make it purple. Yes, I live in a big house that's made out of wood and painted purple and gold. Maybe one day what I'll do is I'll get a background commission that looks like it, so you can kind of get an idea of what my streaming room looks like. Because obviously I have a computer and you know, my streaming setup. It looks like any other streaming setup. That's not very interesting. But certainly the background might look very interesting, and maybe I could describe it to an artist and have that done. So yeah. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention another special responsibility. Actually, when the seasons change in the fairy realm, I'm involved in the fairy ceremonies that take place whenever a new solstice happens. That's actually one of the, I suppose, powers that I have. I sort of oversee that whole thing because I have a certain affinity. Amazing how I get decent internet access. Oh, it took great pains to be able to have internet access, and even then I don't have I can't really use the cameras on phones and stuff or a webcam. I had to get the fairies to make an exception to even make VTube Studio work on my computer, because I was like, come on, it's not actually taking pictures, it's just getting a 3D image of my face, I had to explain that to them. And of course, they're fairies, they don't know anything about computers, so I had to explain everything about computers to this fairy council, and they have to be like, I don't know, maybe, so they had to deliberate for a long time to allow me to use VTube Studio so I could be a VTuber. But I'm here, and that's all that matters. I hope that was a good answer. Thank you for allowing me to talk about my lore. Okay, next up. Who is your favorite character in Eye the Somnium Files, and which character are you enjoying so far in Nirvana Initiative? Oh, good question. In the first one, I really like Mizuki, and I mean, I like the main characters. It's hard. It's almost easier to think of characters I don't like. There's almost no characters that I strongly dislike. At least in the first one. If we're talking about the second one, that one detective guy who was kind of a jerk, I'm not really a fan of him so far. Maybe he'll have a redemption arc. I don't know. You could definitely say so. I haven't played a lot of Nirvana Initiative, and most of what I have played was the Ryuki route, not the Mizuki route. So I haven't seen a lot of Mizuki in Nirvana so far, but every time I have seen her, she's been absolutely fantastic as usual. But yeah, actually, I do enjoy Ryuki in the second one. I like Ryuki and Tama's kind of dynamic. I do also like Kizuna, that one character who the guy Lian is, stalking. I hope she has some more development later on, because I like her as a character. I hope she gets a little more involvement later on. But yeah, I would say in the first one, my favorite would be Mizuki, and Ryuki and Tama are the ones I enjoy the most in the sequel so far. All right, on to the next one. What creatures live with you in the forest? Any funky ones? So the majority of the creatures in the forest are just Mizuki fans are so true. So very true. The majority of the creatures in the forest are, the creatures that you're used to in the forest. Squirrels, deer, I guess it would be. Birds, raccoons, etc. Animals. Those aren't really any different from what you're used to. But if we're talking about if there is some funky ones that you might not be used to, they might be a little funky. I don't know. They might have a little bit different color schemes than you're used to, but otherwise they're pretty much the same. Do they get their funk on? Man, I don't know. Oh, I'm sorry, Gesture. There will be the VOD, so you can at least watch it later. It's good to see you. Okay. I'm sorry about that. Good to see you as always, and I hope you have the good rest of your night. As for the funky ones, there is of course the fairies. They're not creatures. They would be very mad if they heard me say that. But they are very funky, and they do float around sometimes around my house and wake me up in the middle of the night. Among the forest maidens, do you have a horse girl, like someone just obsessed with horses? So there aren't any other forest maidens. It's just me. I am the only forest maiden. I wish there were more. That would be fun, I think. It would be a lot less lonely. We accept horse girls. I'm always happy to have a horse girl. But yeah, there is the fairies that kind of buzz around like flies at 3 a.m. Am I the horse girl? I'm not really a horse girl, but I like horses. Horses are kind of cool, even though they kind of scare me and could absolutely kill me. Like a horse could absolutely 100% kill you. They are extremely strong. So I fear but respect them. That's my view on horses. And also there's these little bugs that kind of jump around on my roof sometimes. They're like, they kind of look like the little bugs in Hollow Knight. Have you played that game? They kind of look like little white glowy bugs. And they jump around on my roof sometimes, and it gets really annoying when I'm trying to sleep or when I'm trying to stream. They do look very similar to that. Yeah, they do have those little horns, and they kind of look glowy, and they hop around very high, and yeah, they're kind of pests. They don't really have a name that I'm really aware of, but I just call them little glowy bugs. So I guess that's the name. I guess I just coined the name of this species of bug. Little glowy bugs. So yeah, those are the main forms of creatures. You might see like a squirrel that has like a zebra pattern on its fur or something. Or you might see a deer that has like golden horns or something. Those are the main differences. They're pretty much what you're used to. They're just like a little different in some way. Of course, I live here, so every time I go out to the Earthen Realm, and by the way, when I say Earthen Realm, I'm talking about Earth. I'm talking about the world you're used to. And I freely move between the fairy realm and the Earthen Realm. And I spend a lot of time in the Earthen Realm these days because so many of my friends are there. And I often want to go visit them. And then I also like, you know, going to stores and buying snacks and bringing them back. I go to the Earthen Realm to get snacks. Exactly. You get me, Arrow. I never had any doubt. You called it. Yeah, it happens. It happens. I discovered all these snacks and I was like, I have to try every single one in the whole world. I have not done that yet, but I hope I can at least come close someday. I have tried many, many, many snacks. Probably at least hundreds at this point. I hope I can try all the snacks in the whole world. That's my dream. Okay, next question. Another drink of the next question. Okay. So like, what do you eat? Berries, wood, little bugs? What's your favorite meal, dish, literally? So, as for what I eat, I do eat a lot of berries, honestly. They do grow around here. You know, strawberries and raspberries, I am able to cultivate those pretty easily. Tomatoes, too. Even a lot of peppers and stuff. I grow a lot of my own food. But as for what else I eat, a lot of it comes from Earthen Realm grocery stores these days. They just have it all there, and it's all convenient and easy to easy to access. So these days, a lot of it is just things you buy in stores. But I am able to be fully self-sufficient. Like, I can grow all my own food within the forest and it's fine. I don't actually need to do that. It's just more of a convenience thing. The only thing I'm not good at is cooking. I really need to improve my cooking skills. My favorite meal. That's a good question. I like a lot of meals. I like a lot of dishes. Cooking learning stream? Possibly. I've seen some people do cooking streams. It could be a fun IRL thing to do. I do really like pizza. That's like one of my weaknesses. I love pizza. You really can't go wrong with a slice, if you ask me. Would you call that a dish though? I don't know. I guess it probably would be considered a dish. There's no qualifiers for a dish. It's just a food item, a prepared food item, I guess. Yeah, I like a lot of stuff. I'm always willing to try new things. Deep dish pizza, I suppose. Well, I mean, if it's literally in a dish, then yeah. But if it's like on a plate or something, that's still considered a dish, right? You put pizza on a plate, now it's a dish. I like a lot of like Indian food and Mexican food. Those are two cultures I really enjoy the food of. There's so much variance there. You really can't go wrong with so many things there. So yeah, that's basically the answer. Next up, if there was two hazels in the forest and one killed the other with a rock, would that be effed up or what? Who's to say I'm not the other one? Which one do you think is the one who threw the rock? I'm kidding. I might not be kidding. I might be kidding. I'm not kidding. I haven't killed anyone. It's a joke. I'm sorry for scaring you. Thank you, Arrow. I've actually played I love you set under duress. No, I would never force anyone to say they love me. The love is freely given. If it's a clone of yourself, is it anyone? Yeah, I guess. I've played 999. I've played part of VLR, but I'm open to streaming those. I'm playing Eye of the Somnium Files. It makes sense to play that too. So yeah, that could be an option for near future streams, for sure. Yes, that would be messed up if it happened, which it definitely didn't. I'm kidding. I'm joking. This was all a joke. It was a bit. Okay, next question. If you had your own video game, what genre would it be? Not a beat 'em up like Yakuza, I presume. No, probably not a beat 'em up. Oh, that's a good question. I've never really thought about that. I feel like when I think of what would be the perfect game for me personally, what would check all of my boxes for a game that's me, it would probably be like an open world type game, but also I feel like a crucial element of that is like not non-violence. I feel like a game that is me would be like very wandering around, exploration based. but also like not violent or a low level of necessary violence maybe, but not very much, if any. I'm okay with playing violent games, of course. I'm playing Yakuza, which you throw guys around, punch them in the face, throw them into a microwave, and turn it on. So I can handle violence in my games, but I don't feel like that's the end all of games. I think most can agree. Thank you for the clip. Yeah, I think it would be a sort of thing where you're doing a lot of like open world exploration and then also like a lot of crafting and stuff, but not like a heavily in-depth crafting, because I don't really enjoy that in a game usually. And then there's lots of people to talk to and new things to discover. Kind of like honestly, Breath of the Wild. I know it's not really a obscure answer, but that's kind of what I base a lot of these observations about what I like in a game on. Breath of the Wild is a big one. So if it was something like the exploration parts of Breath of the Wild, where you're discovering all these new things and you're not really given a lot of direction on where to go, you just have this massive world to explore at your own pace, and there's always new things to see and cool things to see and do. That would be a lot of it for me, I think. And indeed, a lot of Breath of the Wild is non-violent, right? It's just exploration based, or discovery based or quest based. But obviously a lot of it is fighting, although it's cartoon violence. I think something like that for me. But two things that would have to be the case in my open world game. First of all, you need fast travel right away. Second of all, you need a way to move fast around the world, around the game map. Like you need to be able to walk, have movement speed that is high. No, come on. Fast travel is good. Come on. If you could move around really quickly, I guess fast travel wouldn't be super necessary. But like if you think of a game like, say, Elden Ring, where you can move decently fast, but also you do have fast travel, I felt like that was a pretty good balance. Yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog fast. I'm thinking like maybe you could like float around or something. You have a lot of like verticality. You could fly, basically. Flying mounts. I suppose it would be limited in the way that there's less points you can fast travel to, but I wouldn't limit your access to it or make it so it's a finite amount that you can do it, or wait until much later in the game to give it to you. I would give it to you right away and have limited amounts of fast travel points, but also give you a reason to move around and explore the world. Breath of the Wild, actually, I feel like did that pretty well. I'd probably go fewer than Breath of the Wild. Like, they had all the towers and stuff, and you had to climb them in order to unlock the fast travel point. And they're not really, they're at decent vantage points. But Elden Ring, yeah, it kind of balanced that pretty well. Sort of in between those, I guess. I wouldn't do a lot of them, and I wouldn't make them in the most obvious spots, but you'd at least be able to get to most, places you want to go to. Like, if you were to like buy items or heal or something, you should be able to access that pretty easily. Yeah, Breath of the Wild, I feel like doesn't have enough movement speed for me. You can ride horses, but not very fast. There is the paraglider, which helps a lot. I feel like I'd crank the movement speed up a little bit. I feel like most games could benefit from more movement speed, honestly. Breath of the Wild is good. There's a lot of different ways to play it. And the nice thing about the game is that it doesn't really push you towards any particular way of doing it. It kind of just, the whole draw of it was, see that mountain, you can climb it. So you can go climb that mountain if you want, or you can go find a way around it if you want. If you mean Elden Ring, yes, there is the you can instantly summon your horse at any time. So that's a pretty good way of going about it. But yeah, you would be able to like freely move fast at any given time. Horses are cool. I'd be open to making it in the form of a horse. Maybe there would be different kinds of like mounts or powers or something for different kinds of situations. Like you might have like a flyer and like a ground one, and maybe one that's better at climbing, maybe one that's better at handling hills, you know? Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Elden Ring does it pretty quickly, for sure. Okay. Next question. That's true. Yeah. Yeah, that's a little less than what I would like. I would like a little more access. Yeah. Why is that? Why did that repeat? Huh. What is your favorite visual novel? Ooh, I like a lot of visual novels. I think the When They Cry series is pretty foundational for me as far as visual novels. Also really love the House and Fata Morgana series. That's one of my favorites. It was my favorite for a long time. That was kind of my main reference point for like fiction in general for a long time. It's not so much now, but I still really love it. It has a very special place in my heart. It reminds me of it reminds me of a different time in my life, and at that point, and that's why it's special to me. But other than that, I also really like the Flowers series. It's like a series of Yuri visual novels which actually the fourth and final part of it just got translated into English, so you can play that series in full now. I haven't actually started the fourth one yet. I've only played the first three. I'm definitely gonna get into that soon though. What else? I want to read more visual novels. There's a lot of classic ones that I haven't touched, like the Fate series. I've not really touched that at all, and that a lot of people would consider that foundational. So I probably should get on that, at least for the historical application of it. Fate is bad. There's just so much of it, right? There's so much in that franchise. Could all of it possibly be good? Probably not. Okay. Next up. If two astronauts were on the moon and one of them killed the other with a rock, would that be messed up or what? I hope that was two different people who asked those questions. Umineko is really daunting. I agree. It's very long, and it spends it spends its entire first episode setting up the stage for the rest of them, and that turns a lot of people off. They just get so bored by the slog that is the first one. The first episode of it. Oh, that was you, Arrow. Yeah, Fate's Day Night. Yeah, Umineko is really it's so long, but it really pays off in the end for me. I feel like it's just there's so much, and then it all just clicks together at the end. It kind of is like a macrocosm version of the same kind of idea that the House in Fata Morgana kind of explored, but it didn't take as much time to do it, whereas you spend the entire time setting up the plot, and then at the end everything just kind of clicks together. It feels like those are kind of very similar in that sense. Not in any other sense really, because the length is just there's so it's so different. Fate Morgana is really not that long, but I think Umineko took me about 200 hours to finish on my first playthrough, maybe a little less than that. It's, you know, it's basically a series of 8 very long novels, so think of it that way. The House in Fate Morgana is 1 novel. Umineko is 8 long novels compared to 1 long novel. I guess that's the main thing. Yeah. So yeah, be prepared for a long series where the first book is kind of a slog in some points. Yeah, take it slow. Just it's not going anywhere, so you can always just take it at your own pace. It took me months to finish it, and I was going at what I would consider to be a pretty decent pace once I really got into it. I haven't seen the anime, but yeah, I've heard it's just so hard to adapt a story like that. Honestly, there's so much that goes on. If you want an adaptation that kind of cuts out a lot of things but still kind of gets the main story across, I would go with the manga of Umineko, which is also pretty long, but it is kind of a more abbreviated version of the manga of the visual novel that still gets a lot of its main points across and still, you know, doesn't cut out any, you know, doesn't really cut out a lot of characterization. Yeah, and also the art is a lot of people have really praised the art as well. There's a bunch of different artists that worked on it. And I suppose a lot of people kind of like the, you know, seeing it in manga form, seeing, you know, having more room for like the blocking and expressions and stuff like that with a visual novel, although the sprites in Umineko are very, very good and very expressive. So I would say it's better in that regard. Yeah, I know what you mean. Oh my god, the manga made Burncastle look so unhinged. She almost just kind of looks, you know, normal in the VN, but then in the manga they give her all these insane looking faces. That was the main one that stuck out to me. Even with Beato, like, she has a lot of pretty crazy sprites in the VN, so it wasn't that weird, but so what I'm saying is read Umineko, basically. What were we talking about? Astronauts? Yeah, sure, it would be messed up. Thank you for the question. Next up. Do you plan on continuing the trend of playing crime games, for lack of a better term? Or do you have something else in mind after the Somnium Files? Oh, good question. I mean, Yakuza is kind of considered a crime game, isn't it? I do plan on continuing Yakuza, if that counts as a crime game. But yeah, I guess, yeah, I mean, Somnium Files is more of like a murder mystery. Yeah, I mean, it could be, if we want to go into like, there could be about like, I mean, there could be like 999 and the other Zero Escape, and then there's also like Danganronpa, maybe. I haven't played that in a while, but possibly that. I'm not sure. That is kind of like a crime game in a way. These are all using the term crime very liberally. They definitely are crimes, but they're so off the wall crimes that it's like that's like a fantastical element in itself. There is the yeah, that's true. It would be a little just subject matter wise, it would be a little harder to do that. Yakuza gets away with having a lot of violence and, like, you know, occasionally pretty gratuitous violence because there is also a lot of goofy parts of it. I don't know if Danganronpa would really get away with that as much. I don't think they really play it as goofy as normal as Yakuza does. Yeah. Yeah, there's a few things that I would like, even just in the first one, like, you know, there's a few things there that are like, that's not great. That didn't age well, and it wasn't great back when it came out either. Yeah, because it gets a pass because they're adults and it's grounded and it's fun. Yeah, I agree. It's silly, it's fun. Ultimately, it's a human experience. It's messy and inconsistent because that's what being human is like. Oh, Despair Girls. Oh my god. Absolutely no Danganronpa fan talks about Despair Girls anymore. Oh no. Okay. Well. Yeah. But yeah, maybe this is it. Maybe the Zero Escape series. Oh god. Kids can be cruel sometimes. To other kids though. If you're an adult and you think kids are cruel, that's a little weird, I feel like. Yeah. Yeah, that's just like, what were they thinking? They were just out of ideas at that point. And then they still made a third one after that. Ace Attorney. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'd be open to that. There's a lot of remasters and stuff of that. I've never played that. Yeah, that's definitely on the list for sure. I'll add that to the list. That would probably be a good replacement for the Somnium Files. Yeah. Yeah, it was just kind of the spin-off nobody asked for, and now nobody claims it. Investigations. Okay. Yeah, I think pretty much all of it is playable nowadays. Even like there's even like an iPad port, I think. A fan dub. Oh wow. I didn't know there was any voice acting in that at all. I'm into fan dub. Yeah, crime games. Definitely open to it. Maybe Ace Attorney, maybe like Zero Escape. Pro CD voices Edgeworth's dad. Oh, that's cool. He's pretty good. It was cool to hear him in A Hat in Time as the Owls, and I was like, oh my god, is that Pro CD? And then I looked and I'm like, it is. Let's go. Yeah, I'd probably just start at the beginning if possible. But yeah, those are the two options I think would be good as far as crime games. I got the crime block. I got the, well, I guess Yakuza is part of the crime block. I got the crime block, and then I got like the fun, bright, colorful game like SpongeBob or A Hat in Time block. Oh, okay, so like it's not fully voice acted. It's just there's some voice acting. Yeah, I get you. Objection. I know that much at least. All right, next up. Opinion on hairless cats. I think they are good and cool, but also I feel like they always look like they are very uncomfortable or terrified, at least every time I see them. So I hope they can sort that out for themselves. Yeah, that's my opinion on hairless cats. Okay, have a good night, Arrow. Thank you for coming by. Yes, that's my opinion on hairless cats. I think they get a bad rap, but they also look a little bit scared sometimes. Next up. What inspired your VTuber persona? Did I already answer this? I'm pretty sure I already answered this. Yeah, I talked about what... Yeah, I did that. I also did that. Why is it repeating? Hello? Hello? What? Okay, it just repeated. Hang on. I'm gonna have to... I think I'm just gonna have to... I think it didn't. I think when I added new ones, it didn't add them to the slideshow. I'll have to just remove that. Sorry, technical difficulties. There's a bunch of squid on this website. Oh, I already got that one. I got a couple new ones I could add, so I will do that. Wait, did I do that? Just a moment. Yeah, the system does not want the absolute enormity of these questions that I'm answering right now. It just can't handle it. Okay. Directory. Gosh, imagine if I knew how to use computers. Whoa, okay. Yeah, so I might have to just go through the ones that I've already done. And just, you know, just do my thing. I apologize for the technical difficulties. Okay. Did that. Did that. Did that. What's the first video game you remember playing got you into gaming? Is there an interesting story behind your origin as a gamer? Very good question, thank you. The first game I remember playing was... It was a Bugs Bunny themed game on the PlayStation 1. I was very young, so I don't remember any specifics, but I specifically remember like a 3D rendering of Bugs Bunny running around. In fact, maybe I can look up the title of that now that we have the wonders of the internet. Bugs Bunny PS1. Oh, it might be Bugs Bunny Lost in Time. Yeah, oh my gosh. Yo, this is like... Whoa, okay, this is like unlocking memories for me right now. I'm literally looking at a gameplay footage of Bugs Bunny Lost in Time on the PlayStation. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the first game I ever played. So you can see why I like 3D platformers. This is a 3D platformer. Actually, I might as well just show you. One moment. Looney Tunes Back in Action. Oh man, that movie is wild. That is a wild, crazy movie. Okay, window capture. Yeah. Yeah, this right here. Whoops. I don't have my gaming set up here, but you can get the idea. It's a platformer. And you play as Bugs Bunny. Yes. Yeah, so this right here is some of the first gaming action I ever saw. So yeah. I think after that I would have played some like Tiger Woods golf game also on the PS1. Pugs Punny, yeah. I almost want to play that on stream now just to see if it's like any good. You read my mind, Nico. Yeah, I'm open to that. Maybe it's probably not a long game, right? Bugs Bunny Lost in Time. How long to beat? 8 hours? Pff, yeah, let's stream it. We'll do a stream of that. I could probably knock that out in 1 or 2 streams. We'll see if we can get that organized. For sure. That's on the list. But yeah, it was that and then like probably some like golf game. And then also like probably like Pokemon Gold or Silver. I did have a Game Boy, but I don't know if that came after or before the Bugs Bunny. After that, I didn't own a PlayStation. I was playing it on somebody else's. And then I think after that I got a Game Boy and I was playing Pokemon and stuff. And that set me off on a course of being a Nintendo kid. Gold. Oh yeah, I guess I guess we were doing that at the same time, huh? That's pretty cool. Yeah, gold is pretty high. But I did end up getting a copy of silver at some point, I think. So I had gold and silver. Never played crystal. And then after that, I think I got ruby. I had ruby and I played so much of ruby. That was definitely my favorite one. And then after that, I kind of fell off Pokemon. And to this day, I kind of fell off of it. Yellow, I always wanted to play yellow. I was always like, oh my god, I want to have the Pikachu following me around. But they didn't have that in Gold and Silver. Oh yeah, wasn't it green version in Japan, and then they renamed that to red and blue, or they had like it was like red and green. And that's why the remaster of it is fire red and leaf green. I think that's right. I would love to have a Venusaur edition though. That would be really cool. But yeah, I think probably Zelda is what got me into gaming. I think I got a GameCube and it came with like the Zelda Collector's Edition disc that had like a bunch of different ports on it. It had like Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask. It had the original Legend of Zelda, Zelda 2. It had like full versions of all of those games, and then it also had like a demo version of Wind Waker, which hadn't come out yet. I played that demo so many times, and it was like a timed demo, right? So you could play it as much as you wanted, but then it would just end after a certain point. So I would try to get as far as I possibly could. One of them actually starts in the Forsaken Fortress, and I actually managed to finish the Forsaken Fortress and get to Windfall Island, and then that's when the demo ended. I think it was like 20 minutes or something. So I was able to finish that because I had just gotten so good at getting to that point. And then when I got the full game and I didn't have any time limits anymore, I was like, what do I do with all this time? So yeah, that was kind of my big entry point into gaming, I think. So yeah, that's kind of my origin story as a gamer. Okay, next up. Did that. What is your favorite tea? Oh. I do enjoy a good herbal tea sometimes. But sometimes I just like a plain old like black tea with some milk in it, you know? If you've ever had like boba, you can get it as like a milk black tea. That's usually my go-to for that. So it's usually in like boba form. If I have it at all these days. I'm really into boba these days. I tried it for the first time pretty recently and I'm obsessed. So yeah, I'm pretty basic when it comes to tea. I drank a lot of coffee back in the day, Back when I was in college, oh man, I drank so much coffee. But ever since I left, I kind of fell out of that. It was more convenience because everywhere you go on a college campus has places to buy coffee, so it was just so accessible. But nowadays I have to like make it myself or go somewhere to buy it. It's just like, ugh, I don't want to put that effort into it. So yeah, really more into coffee, but tea is good sometimes. Did it. Did it. Did it. Did it. Did it. Wait, did I do that? What inspired you to become a VTuber? Oh yeah, I talked about that. Yeah, I had a very sentimental answer for that. I talked about that. If you put Date in a cage and then put a towel over it, do you think he'd fall asleep? Are you talking about Kaname Date or Makoto Date? If we're talking about Kaname Date, I think he would probably, I think you can definitely like put him under a blankie and he'll fall asleep. I think you could definitely I'm sorry. Well, I was gonna say, if you're talking about Makoto Date from Yakuza, maybe he does fall asleep when you put a towel over him. But yeah, you can definitely tuck Date into bed and he'll fall asleep like sucking his thumb or whatever. He can't sleep unless he's tucked in. That's my headcanon. Alright, next up. I did it. Why is it repeat? I didn't think it would repeat like this. Unless I just did them all. Let me look at my let me look at my marshmallow. None of yours are here? What ones didn't I do? Oh, there's one here. Let me see if I can find it. It might have lost it. I know it does automatically have a filter for some of them, but so if you use bad words, it might have ate it or something. If you use swear words. Hang on, let me try to fix this. I'm pretty sure I put all of them in here. Maybe I'll just not randomize it and try to go through the whole course of them. Pretty sure I put all that in order. I don't know why that came up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Oh, there is one here. Okay, I'll just answer this one. So it's, what is your favorite flower? The question is, I don't know. It's the site is in Japanese, so maybe it just has weird filters or something. I'm probably not going to use this site again. I've had a few problems with it. But yeah, what is my favorite flower? It kind of rotates sometimes. I think probably my favorite one right now is roses. White roses. I like white roses in particular. Roses are great. You can never go wrong with a rose. especially if they have a little bit of pink in the petals. That's always nice. A dozen white roses? What? Are you asking me? You can try submitting. Oh, that's a reference. Okay. You can try submitting it again and maybe it'll work. I'll try clearing some out because maybe it's like, maybe it has a limit. I know I did hit 20. So maybe I'll just get rid of a few of them from my inbox and you can try submitting them again. I'll grab the link for you again. Because I think I answered all of them now. At least the ones that I have. So yes, last minute, if you want to get any questions in, please do that now. Okay. Okay, you can do that. Yeah, if you want to ask in chat, you can do that. If you don't mind not being anonymous, you can always do it in chat. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm just not gonna use that site anymore. There's probably better sites I could have used. Oh, I think I got the one you just sent. Yes. Okay. Test. Oh, it disappeared. Well then. Google Forms, yeah, I'll probably do that next time, honestly. That would be the move, I think. Yes, test. Any strategy games you'd want to stream? I'm pretty limited on my exposure of strategy games. The one I remember the most of playing is Halo Wars on the Xbox 360, which I think you can play on PC as well. That's kind of a more basic console RTS, I guess. It's not really as in depth as possibly other ones, but I had a lot of fun with it. I haven't played the second one. I haven't played Halo Wars 2. So that could be a cool option. But yeah, I know you've recommended a bunch to me, like the Total War series and stuff. So, you know, it's an option. I'm into like RTSs. I feel like I haven't played enough of those. So kind of like a not overwhelming RTS would probably be the best option for me. I think that would be fun to stream. And also like, don't say Total War. Is it not good to stream Total War? Is that hard to stream? Oh, there's like the Civilization games as well. I actually own all those through Steam. It's a great Steam game. Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe something like that, or maybe something like Civilization. Civ is classic. I think I own the most recent one. And the entries before that too, so I could easily hit the ground running with a game like that. Alt history roleplay. Oh yeah. I was thinking like the Warhammer one you showed me all the trailers for yesterday. That was kind of my my reference point for that. Although those didn't really show any gameplay. But I imagine it's all like you know, that kind of thing. Yeah. Oh, okay. You can put those in the Discord if you'd like. Well, okay, so that is the end of the questions that I received. Thank you all so much for listening to me ramble about my lore and stuff. If you want to get in any other questions, or if you want to just ask a question in the chat and I'll answer it, you have my attention. Yeah, I'll definitely peep those. Oh, okay. Finding games I want to play. I have definitely been seriously considering like Guilty Gear Strive. That seems like it might be a good one to start with for me. I have played Little Blaze Blue. That's like one of my other reference points for finding games. I used to play Soul Calibur 4 a lot on the 360. So maybe like the most recent Soul Calibur. I know Tekken is also pretty cool. I could be into something like that. There's a lot of good fighting games that I'd be open to trying. There's even a Grand Blue Fantasy fighting game. I used to play a little bit of Grand Blue Fantasy. I was kind of into it when that game came out, but then I just didn't play it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm not really. Yeah, I'm on Wi-Fi. It's good for streaming. It's not really. Oh, you did remember. Great. Great. Let's hear it. Netcode as always seems to be a sticking point with these games, which is kind of wild considering. Like that's such an important thing. Are there any particular ways you wanted to do your lore, like in non-QA only ways, like through an LP or reading something you wrote, or I don't know? Yeah, I'm open to that. I've one thing I've really been toying with the idea of yeah. Okay, that sentence makes sense. Toying with the idea of one thing I have been is basically just kind of reading a short story that I wrote. I have a few ideas for how I would approach that. I think the coolest way to do that, and the way that would be the most fun, would be like a series of short stories that kind of describe different things, like different concepts and different background, different lore, different things about me. I think that would be the best way to go about it. And it would be fun to watch because it wouldn't be like a lot of you don't want to be like overwhelmed by text, right? A short story is pretty good for that in like a stream format. So yeah, that's definitely something I'm open to. I really want to find like something that's my thing. I really want to find something that only I can do, because like, yeah, playing games on stream is fun and doing special events like this is always fun, but like I just want to do something that I don't see much of other people doing, and that's one of them. I don't really see many people doing like storytelling streams. And if I were reading my own original work, I think that could be really special and cool. Tabletop RPG? Maybe. I'm not too experienced with that. I've only played a little bit of a D&D game, and we didn't finish it because the DM didn't want to do it anymore. So I played like 3 sessions of a D&D game, and then we abandoned it. But I know there's a lot of flexibility with that sort of thing, so. But yeah, as far as things that I'm familiar and comfortable with, it would probably be something like a short story, or maybe even poetry. Although I think I would just about die if I had to read my poetry out loud. Your own fiction, but choose your own adventure with chat channel points. Oh, yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, that's a good idea. Logistically, it might be a little bit hard, but it might be possible. Because you'd have to design a whole narrative, like, web of, you know, different choices and stuff. It'd be almost like designing a visual novel or, you know, game like that. Oh no. I was thinking about the short story thing for a long time. I'm happy to give you partial credit for that. The choose your own story, the choose your own adventure thing is pretty interesting though. I think it would be cool to add some sort of like chat participation thing. So yeah. Instead of just like interrupting to answer questions in the chat. Yeah, I'm gonna keep thinking of ways to do interesting things, and then I'm also gonna keep doing like interesting events like this, like the snack stream I did, and then also things like this. And I also built that Lego back in like April. I'd like to do more stuff like that. I would definitely like to make more Legos on stream. I think that could be really fun. And maybe like learning a tabletop RPG or something would be like the kind of thing that would be like, oh, I'm like, you know, I spread it out and like, I don't have everything in front of me and I'm just learning how to do it. I'm making, you know, filling out the sheets and stuff because, you know, there's like character sheets and stuff that you fill out. So that could be like a fun like way that, you know, chat could participate. You know, we could come up with things together and it could be like almost a collaborative storytelling thing. I mean, that's really what tabletop is at the end of the day. You're basically telling a story through a game, right? But it would be kind of like a way I could, you know, involve the chat in it and have people bring their own ideas to it. Yeah, I think that would be really cool. I think that would be a really special and cool way to do it. It's a pretty typical classic way, which is like when people run campaigns and have chat vote in Mon's effects. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I would just, yeah, I'm thinking of like the way I would kind of is like, you know, if I'm doing like channel point type stuff, then it would be like things that advance the story or that you vote on like a different path in the story. Because I know people have set up like you can even do like polls and have people vote on it, and like whatever choice that you do, whatever choice that wins, you just do that. So it would be like choose your own adventure in that sense, I guess. Or it could be like redeems or something. Yeah, it will probably be votes more than like. Do I even have access to the poll feature? I feel like that might be like a partner only thing, but maybe I'm wrong. Oh wait, I do have polls. Yo, I do have polls. Oh, that's so cool. Yes, I do have polls. Okay. Okay. Yes, we're in business. Yes, we can do polls. I have a hotkey for that on my stream manager now. So I noticed I had predictions before and I was like, I should find a way to use Gamba. But yeah. Yes. I'm hatching ideas. I will flesh those out a little bit more. Maybe I'll make like a Discord channel where like I can discuss it. Because I might not want to clog up the general chat with something like that. You know, I would want to make it like. Yeah, I'll think about it some more. Definitely. I want to see if I can probably do something for like next month or so, because I'm going to be off for a week next month because I'm going on vacation. I'm gonna get some R&R for like the first week of August. And that's why I really wanted to make sure like I went in strong in July. So far I'm really happy with how things have been going in July. I feel like I'm really gonna finish off strong in July and feel good about going on vacation. And then I'll come back and be back to the grind. So yeah, probably like August is when I'll start thinking about that. I might start with something that's like not too involved and like just do like a short story just to kind of like do it as a dry run kind of thing, just to see like, you know, what the interest is and something like that, and if people enjoy it, because I just want to the main thing is like I want to tell a story, but also I want people to enjoy it too, of course. So yeah, I'm open to that for sure. Okay, I think that might be it, unless anybody else wants to get in a question real quick. Feel free to type it in the chat if you don't want to bother with the form. I will be around for a little bit longer, and we can just hang out. Tea or coffee? If tea, what's your favorite kind? Definitely coffee. I talked earlier about there was a question about favorite tea, and I mentioned that I used to drink a lot of tea like back in like college, or coffee, sorry, yeah, a lot of coffee back in college because you know, it was just like readily available. Oh no, it's okay, Ellie. It's all right. I'm always happy to answer your questions. So yeah, I used to drink a lot of coffee, but nowadays I drink a lot of tea in the form of like boba, because like you can have like milk black tea in a boba. Yeah, I know how it is. I mean, I don't know how it is. I don't have ADHD as far as I know. But yeah, I hear ya. Yeah, boba's so good. Man, I'm obsessed. It's gotten to the point where the small size isn't enough and I need to size up to the medium. Yogurt. Oh wow, that sounds good. Yeah, I want to try some of the other flavors. They got a lot of different options at the place I go to. They have like mango like slushy with like little mango pieces inside of it. I'm like, "Oh, that sounds so good. I got to try that next time." A lot of different cool stuff. I had like a jasmine tea as well. That was pretty good. I had like just like a plain green tea as well. That was pretty good. Green tea is good. Well, that was 2 hours. I feel pretty good about. I was kind of worried about it would be a short stream, but 2 hours isn't actually too bad. I feel good about that. I love you too, Ellie. It was so happy. It was so good to have you here. I'm always happy to have you. I'm sorry you didn't get to ban anyone or time anyone out. You didn't get to use your mod powers today, unfortunately. Too bad. Favorite manga? Man, I haven't read a lot. Trying to think of even a manga I've read. Right now, I'm time you out. I could just Oh, are you asking Ellie? Okay, I'll let Ellie do the honors. Just do a purge though. Kaiji? Oh, yeah, I might. Wow, for 10 seconds? Oh my gosh. Ellie is abusing her mod privileges, you guys. She just banned Nico for 10 seconds. And for what? I'm so glad you're back. I was lost without you, Nico. Yeah, that's what, yeah, it does that. It's okay, it'll still show up. Charming, really? Well, thank you. You're pretty charming too. You got me absolutely charmed. Well, I guess we can talk about what's going on for the rest of the week, since this was the last stream I had planned for this week. I think probably I'm gonna take tomorrow, Monday, off. Technically today, I guess. I'm probably gonna take that off, and then I'll probably come back on Tuesday with either the Somnium Files Nirvana Initiative, because I actually was gonna play that today, but I actually moved the Q&A stream to today. So I wanna make good on that and play that next week, because I didn't play this week. And then we're probably just gonna have one more stream of Kiwami 2, and then we'll be starting on Yakuza 3. And I also am going to be finishing SpongeBob, so we'll have 2 finale streams next week. It's going to be packed. Definitely don't miss it. It's going to be packed full of exciting finale streams this week. I'm really looking forward to it, and I hope you are as well. Pretty soon, and after that, I'm going to have to start thinking about what I want to play for my next games. So obviously one of them is going to be probably Yakuza 3. And then the other I have a few different ideas, but I kind of want to focus on shorter games for the rest of July, since I'm going to be gone for a week in August. Well, basically a week in August. It looms ever closer. I'm so excited. I haven't really had a proper vacation in such a long time. It's been a few years. Okay, well, I think I'm gonna actually raid someone today. That's exciting. I'm gonna raid okay, well, I got an ad, so I can't actually see what they're doing, but Rosette Wolf is playing, I think, a Toho fan game, Toho Mystia's Izakaya. It seems like it's some kind of Stardew Valley type Toho fan game. That's kind of cool. No, I think it's like a restaurant sim, actually, now that I'm looking at it. So yeah, I'm gonna send you over to Rosette Wolf. They've given me a couple of raids in the past, so I want to repay the favor. Thank you for coming, Ellie. I appreciate it. I love you. And thank you all for coming. Thank you all for coming and hanging out with me. I really appreciate that you wanted to come and spend time with me. And I was a little nervous about this stream, because I thought, like, oh, what if nobody wants to listen to me talk about myself for 2 hours? you guys really all came through for me, so I'm really happy about that. thanks for coming, everyone. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna send you over to Rosette, and you can go say hi. I'm sorry about that, Dustbird. Yeah, that really sucks. I'm frustrated. I'm honestly frustrated with that too. I'm not using that site if I do this in the future. There's a couple sites that would be better for that. Honestly, just like a Google form would have been fine, I think. It's just Marshmallow is kind of like the one that all the VTubers use. So I thought, oh, I gotta use the VTuber one. That was foolish and silly of me. I never should have listened to everyone else who uses that. Every single big VTuber who uses this thing deceived me. Maybe I'll do a second Q&A in the future so I can make good on anyone, because like maybe unfortunately there might have been other lost questions if yours were lost. I'm hoping that's not the case, but maybe we'll do it. Maybe in like a couple months we'll come in with another one, because I did talk about my lore quite a bit, and I hope it shed some light on my I hope it shed some light on my lore. I'm glad I got the chance to talk about my lore today. I feel like I said pretty much everything I wanted to say about it today. Okay, so I'm gonna send you over to Rosette now. Thank you all so very much for joining me. I really appreciate all of your support now and in the future. I do not take it for granted. There's so many people you could watch, but you chose to come and hang out with me. So thank you so much for that, and I will continue to work hard for you. Good night, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful night. Let's start the raid now. I always forget to start the raid. We're gonna start now. Okay, we're going to Rosette now. Have a good night, everyone. Bye. And maybe drop them a follow if you enjoy the content. Okay, bye everyone. Have a good night. Thank you for joining me.